Quick question. Did anybody know that the CEO, founder of WeWork is a cult leader? Because I didn't. And then I watched the WeWork documentary and I was like, yeah, this guy is 100% a cult leader. I don't know what it is. What is it about these fucking tech guys who like want to take over the world? Like, why do they all want to take over the world? Is that just like, is that a thing that comes with having one of these giant companies? That they're just, it's like a natural next step is world domination. I mean, we have no choice. You know, the other thing, like this guy thinks he is the second coming of Jesus Christ, just like the way, I mean, yeah, all right. So he has the long hair, right? So he's already got a little bit of a Jesus thing going. But like, it's his attitude in this film. Like WeWork, I'm sorry if you worked at WeWork and you somehow found this video. Subscribe if you did though, because I have a lot of reviews on this channel. I make new ones every week. Usually, I don't know, I took like a few days off. WeWork is a glorified real estate company. They are renting office space and you are renting that space from them. You're a renter, they're the rentee. When this guy gets called out for WeWork being a glorified real estate business, this is like he stayed up late to write some he gives a 5-paragraph essay answer about why they're definitely not just a real estate company. But you know what got really weird in this film? And like, I gotta say, documentaries are getting way, like, the production values of documentaries. Like when I was a kid, Morgan Spurlock used to have to do the whole thing by himself, right? Morgan Spurlock, Michael Moore, like the OG documentary guys, they did not have access to this level of production value. They graphics all over the screen, like special effects, and like, man, they make documentaries exciting. Like, you remember when documentaries used to be boring as fuck? Like, I remember I used to tell people that my favorite movie was Super Size Me, and you could just see how sad they felt that this kid's favorite movie was a documentary. And now, documentaries are everyone's favorite. I mean, there's like new ones on Netflix every week about some different serial killer. They interviewed so many people. The only person that they could not get to be part of this is the guy who founded the company. And that's because he took a bunch of the money and left. WeWork, somewhere down the line, spoilers, I mean, you can Google all this, you know, like this is real life, so I guess spoilers, but spoilers ahead. WeWork starts out as this company that's like revolutionizing, you know, the working environment, I guess. But then somewhere down the line, you know, similar to, I guess, any big company where the guy eventually decides, I'm just going to take over the world. They had a community living thing where they would living community. All right, look, if you don't understand culty buzzwords, living community, cult, 100% cult, okay? That's the first thing. That's this guy's next idea after the WeWork thing. WeWork was this like foot in the door. You know, this is like if you let the person who knocked on the door just, okay, can I talk to you for a few minutes about this? So look, this is what happens. This was his plan all along. And like, he's got this great story, you know, comes to America, immigrant, blah, 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 all that. So this guy's evil, man. He is pure evil. He was starting a cult. He was taking people who didn't understand what cults were or wanted to be part of a cult and bringing them in. And they had like this living community. And then they were going to start this like culty WeWork school with his wife. Guy's got a crazy wife. I mean, they're both crazy because that's how they found each other. They also kind of look the same, so that's weird. That's a good documentary. Like WeWork, like holy shit. I mean, they were having like parties on islands, and I mean, crazy DJs, marshmallows there probably. It's a good documentary. It shows you the runaway train that can occur when a company that's not more than just a basic idea ends up catching fire on Wall Street and becomes like the investment darling. And WeWork was pulling in ridiculous amounts of funding and had an insane like $40 billion valuation, which is, again, they're renting office space. I'm not quite sure what makes that $1 billion idea, but Wall Street decided that's how it was going to be. And the documentary does a great job of showing you how all of this transpired and how things just got out of control. But what they also show you is all the people that this guy hurt and how cavalier and I mean, you have to be a sociopath, right, to become CEO of a company. You just have to stop caring about individual people and their feelings. And that's like the first step to becoming a sociopath. As this guy rises up, he like starts to care less and less about the people, more and more about the money, more and more about these grand, crazy, power-hungry ideas that he has. And eventually WeWork, you know, like all things that are in a bubble, pops, crashes, and burns. Company's still around, I think. This guy got a bunch of money to go away, basically paid him to leave. Him and his wife are still doing some weird thing with like the WeWork, culty WeWork school. And I'm sure they're recruiting a bunch of Gwyneth Paltrow's friends to join up in that. Who else would join? Why would you join? You know it's a cult. You know it's you have to like cults to do anything with this dude, man. And it's crazy too, because like people on the inside who were like all in on WeWork and like loved working there and shit, like afterwards when they're interviewing them, these people are all having these revelations of like, yo, this guy was crazy. What was I doing here? I left my family to work for this maniac. It's good, man. It's good. It's a great documentary. It's on Hulu. I don't know if they like hyped it up very much. You know, we're in that Oscar season, so you know, stuff that comes out around now probably isn't going to get a whole lot of traction. But if you're looking for a good new documentary and you want to learn about the inner workings of a real estate company that became a cult, this is one to check out. At least I think so.